Erica. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Now, we all know that diversity, equity and inclusion is a complex and multi-stranded topic. At Bunzl, we've chosen to focus on the two key areas of gender and ethnicity. So I wondered if to start with, you could tell me about how you're tackling these two topics in Bunzl North America.
Absolutely. With regard to gender, the first thing we thought about was creating a women's network. We knew that the UK and Ireland had a very successful program in its Inspire Women in Bunzl. So we reached out to those participants to find out about that program, to learn a little more about it. We use that as a blueprint for our program. The next thing that we did was actually to survey our female employees to find out if they were even interested in having a women's network. And the answer was overwhelmingly yes, that they were. And what they wanted out of that network was leadership opportunities, leadership training, and also networking amongst not just North America, but globally. So I'm really excited to hopefully roll this program out here in early 2022 once we get the blueprint all mapped out. With regard to race and ethnicity, we started with actually listening to our employees. We created something called Voices Listening Sessions. And what those sessions are is we take a small group of employees, approximately 10 to 12, and we sit down with Jim McColl, the CEO of Bunzl North America, and myself, and we just talk about issues of race and ethnicity that are affecting the employees, whether it would be in the workplace or outside of the workplace. We wanted to hear what employees were thinking and what we could do to make the workplace more inclusive. And then the next thing that we did is we created a calendar, a diversity, equity, inclusion calendar. And what we mean by that is we took different holidays and started celebrating them. So we've celebrated and recognized employees during Black History Month, Pride Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, etc. They've been really successful, and I'm really excited to continue those going forward.
Well, it certainly sounds like you've got off to a flying start. Could you tell me specifically what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months?
In North America, we always say that people are the power of Bunzl. So ultimately, I want every employee to be seen for who they are and for Bunzl to appreciate the unique talents that each employee brings to Bunzl. And this won't be limited to gender, race, or ethnicity. We want to look at employees as a whole. We want the environment to be inclusive of everyone. We want employees to have a true sense of belonging and to be happy and proud that they're part of the Bunzl family.
And have you thought about how you're going to measure progress?
We have, and we do think that that measurement will change over time. Um, First, with regard to gender, what we would like to do is to make sure that all of our high potential females that are in management roles, that they're assigned a mentor. Of course, the ultimate measure is going to be whether gender diversity actually improved within the organization. But one place we think that we can start is to assign these mentors to ensure that we're retaining our best talents, that our females are not leaving to go elsewhere. We want to make sure that they stay within Bunzl. And with regard to race and ethnicity, again, the ultimate measure is going to be our numbers. But one thing that we are going to do is have an engagement survey. And we'll have the ability to look at the engagement survey results based upon race and ethnicity. So therefore, we'll know if certain groups of people are answering questions differently. So we'll know if certain practices are affecting our employees differently based upon their race and ethnicity.
Well, it's always good to have some specific measures in place, but have you thought about what your personal hopes are for how Bunzl North America will look and feel as you start to make progress against these objectives?
Well, we consider this a journey. We know that it's going to be a long period of time, and we're just beginning it. But I'm really excited about what we've done thus far. What we're looking to do in the next 6 to 12 months is to keep building upon the foundation that we started with this year. We'll continue with our Heritage Month celebration. Hopefully, we'll keep learning more things about our fellow coworkers during that time. We'll also look at adding an additional networking group. We're working on the women's networking group. The next thing we'll look at is perhaps having a networking group for people of color or another group. We'll also focus on employee and management training. Now, this is something that we've talked about from the beginning, and we've been slow to roll this out because we wanted to make sure that we did it correctly. We wanted to make sure that the training actually made a difference and wasn't just checking a box. So that is also part of our plans for the next 6 to 12 months. In the end, everything that we do is with the thought that we want our diversity, equity, inclusion to become part of the business and not a separate business initiative.
Well, what an inspiring way to finish. Thank you very much, Erica, for talking about this to me today. Good luck with the programme.
Diana, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to talk about this.